Hey everybody, Chris with Night of Living Card Games. Back again for my first playthrough of the new Falcon Hero deck using his Precon Leadership deck. A couple days ago I got Winter Soldier out on the table and took his Aggression Precon deck up against Zola. Worked great. Just to kind of keep with the Hydra Avengery theme, I'm just going with Taskmaster. Because he can be a little on the easier side these days, I did bump him up to Expert mode. So I'm using the base Taskmaster. So Taskmaster, he comes in with Hydra Patrol, and I just threw Weapons Master in there. And again, Precon Leadership deck from a Falcon. Let's take a look real quick at our hero, Sam Wilson. On his alter ego side, he has a hand size of 6, hit points of 10. Oops, get that corrected. And he's got the shield trait. And he has the ability, Birds of a Feather. Action, discard one card from your hand, search your deck and discard pile for a bird card and add it to your hand. Limit once per round. And on his hero side, Falcon has a 2 thwart, 2 attack, 2 defense, and he has a hand size of 5. He is Aerial and Avenger traded. I find it interesting that as a hero, he's an Avenger, but as alter ego, he's Shield. Sam's doing some moonlighting there on Shield, apparently. So it says, during the player phase, play with the top card of the encounter deck facing up. So that's why I got the encounter deck up here. Kind of like Magic and to a lesser extent Domino. He's got cards and things that trigger off of the number of boost icons on encounter cards. So we get to see it and maybe swap them out or discard things. Because he has the ability Eagle-Eyed. Response, after you play an aerial card, discard the top card of the encounter deck. Again, it's not a forced response, so you can see what it is like. If it's going to be a really bad boost card, you want to get rid of it. Or if it's like a 0 point, it's coming as a boost, or the villain is confused and you know that's your encounter card, that sort of thing. So otherwise, I've got everything else set up. I've shuffled things up. I've got my giant don't forget token. Hopefully I won't forget too much the forced response on that main scheme. Between that and Taskmasters, when you flip up, take some damage, I guarantee you that I'll be forgetting some of those along the way. But let's see how Sam does. So, what are we starting with? Birds of Prey, attack event, Triskelion, Wingman, Aerial Recon, the Power of Flight, and Battlefield Awareness. All right, let's look here. So Battlefield Awareness is when he does a basic power, exhaust this and discard the top card of the encounter deck, and you get +1 for each star or boost icon on that card. That's pretty good. Power of Flight plays for aerial cards. We've got Aerial Recon. Hero action, exhaust Aerial Recon and deal a player 1 face down encounter card. Place 1 recon counter here. Interrupt when a player would be dealt an encounter card. Remove 1 recon counter from here instead. So basically, if you know that that's a very light encounter card, you can basically tuck it under. You can give it to a player. And especially multiplayer, that's a lot different. You can give it to somebody and they can know what their encounter card is coming, or if somebody's in a position to say, hey, I can take 2 encounter cards, you can actually use this to stop somebody from getting an encounter card. So that's handy. Wingman, you attach to an aerial character to prevent consequential damage from another aerial ally, but I don't have any of those, so not a lot of use there. Birds of Prey is my attack event, so deal 4 damage and then plus however many star or boost icons there are. Triskelion increases allies, don't need that. Not going to worry about, or do I want to worry about the attack event? Because I could. So Power of Flight will pay for Battlefield Awareness because it is an aerial card. Then I can Birds of Prey. You know what? We're just going to pitch these 2. We're going to draw 2 more. So we get strength and diversity, and a strength. Okay. All right, so strength and diversity is interesting, but not I'm going to play. So if I keep that for this, I can play battlefield awareness and aerial recon. You know, why don't I do that? I'm not going to use his ability, the Birds of the Feather. So let us flip ourselves up. All right, first things first, when we flip up, we need to flip this over and take indirect damage. So it is indirect. Not that it matters. No, it just takes damage. So it is 2 damage. So just by flipping up, I take 2 from Taskmaster. Now I play with the top card of the encounter deck face up. So it is a 2 boost icon. All right, so we are going to spend 1 for aerial recon. And because that's actually a card that I want, I am going to exhaust this. Oh no, that would be... and deal player a face down encounter card. So in this scenario, that's really handy. And place 1 counter. So this phase, I know I'm going to be getting that side scheme. And then this flips up. So it's another 2 boost. All right, I'm going to use strength to play battlefield awareness. So again, when Falcon uses a basic power, I exhaust it, and I get +1 to the powers. Since I don't actually need any icons at the moment, I'm actually going to use my eagle-eyed ability. Let's discard this to get a weapon master. So I'm a +1. All right. So what we're going to do is we are going to thwart for 2. Takes care of Hydra Patrol. So when it says when defeated, each player searches their encounter deck and discard pile for a Hydra minion and puts them into play. Engage with them. The important thing is they're put into play, not revealed. So we're going to get this Hydra regular. You know what? No, we're not going to do you. Do I grab... You know, let's do Hydra Hunter. I was tempted to get the guard since I already know I'm going to be getting a fairly quote-unquote weak encounter card, so... But let's not do that yet. Alright, so we got Hydra Hunter out. I am now going to spend the power of flight. Oh, this comes up. Ooh, it is a 3 booster. Okay, so deal 4 damage to an enemy. You may discard the top card of the encounter deck to deal 1 additional damage to the enemy for each icon in the discarded card's boost area. I'm going to discard this because I don't want a 3 boost icon card sitting at the top. So I'm dealing 7 damage to the Hydra Hunter. He is defeated. Now I did play an aerial card, so I can choose to discard the top card of the deck. And you want to know what that's a 2 boost icon? Sure. Let's see. All right, so we're going to just get a 1 out of it. Perfect. And that's all I'm going to do. So we are going to ready ourselves up. Draw up to 5. Resource Reserve, Wingman, Resource Reserve, Flight Squadron, and okay, 3 Resource Reserves, and it's max 1 per player. Okay. Well, I've got 3 resource cards, of which I can only have 1 out at a time. I've got a 0 cost upgrade that attaches to aerial allies, which I have none of, and Flight Squadron. So next phase is going to be a very light phase for me. Okay, so we're getting 1 on the main. And then, so I don't forget, I'm going to put 1 on there. He is coming to attack for 2 + 1, so I know it's going to be 3. And I am... You know what? I'm going to take it because I know my encounter card is just going to be that. So, hey, look, he's attacking me for 3. Right, now we play with the top one coming up. He would, instead of getting a face-down encounter card, I will remove 1 counter from here instead. Oh, this is actually dealt to me as a face-down encounter card, sorry. So I remove 1 counter from there. Hey, look, it is captured by Hydra. Alright, so my turn. So obviously, I'm going to spend 1 to get a resource reserve here out, because what else am I going to do? And then I'm going to spend... So resource reserve, sorry, is a 1-cost support. It is a location, and it says max 1 per player. Any player may spend the resource card tucked here as if it were in their hand. Action. Exhaust resource reserve. Tuck 1 resource card from your hand under here to a maximum of 1. So basically, if you have an extra resource card or something that you don't need, or you want to save it for later, you can tuck it under there for later use. I have no resource cards in my hand, so it doesn't really matter. So we are now going to do Flight Squadron. We spent 2 for Flight Squadron. It is 2-cost support, team play, team traded. Play only if your identity has the aerial trait, which I do. If each of your allies has the aerial trait, increase your ally limit by 1, okay? But the card also gains response. After you play an aerial card, exhaust this card to ready an ally you control. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to thwart, and I'm going to use Battlefield Awareness. So when I use a basic power, my thwart, I may discard the top card of the encounter deck, and I get +1 to that power for each icon, both the star and the boost icon, discarded that way. Hey, look, it's a 3 boost icon. So I thwart for 5. So captured by Hydra just immediately goes away, and I get one of the random hero for hire allies. Right, I get White Tiger to my hand, right? Yeah, to their hand. Okay, I'm going to play White Tiger right away. Oh, and I get the top card of the encounter deck flipped up. And I'm perfectly fine for him having that. So White Tiger comes in. White Tiger is going to then thwart for 3. Oops. There, and I'm going to flip myself down. And then we'll ready ourselves up. Draw up to 6. Wingman, Energy, Cloud9, Flight Squadron, Aerial Evacuation, and Strength in Diversity. So like right now, because I have White Tiger out, she is not aerial. The Flight Squadron's kicker does not come into play. So I may have an opportunity to actually tuck energy underneath my resource reserve, because I don't got a ton that I'm going to be playing here. Alright, but it doesn't matter. So, first things first, 1 threat on the main. I don't have to do the forced response because I am not in hero mode. Oh, sorry. This actually flips over once I flip down. He is scheming for base 2. Hey, look, another 1, and only 1. So that goes up to 4. And now we get our encounter card, which is Dark Designs. Place 1 pursuit counter on Pursued by the Past. Then if it has any counters, the villain schemes. All right. So 2. Star, after this activation resolves, place 1 pursuit counter on Pursued by the Past. Okay, so 2. All right. So my turn. Let us. So I guess first things first, I am going to heal myself 3. Question is, do I want to go get an aerial card? You know, I'm going to say no right now. Excuse me. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend Aerial Evacuation, Strength and Diversity, and Flight Squadron for Cloud 9. I'm going to attach Wingman on Cloud 9. I am now going to exhaust the resource room to tuck energy under resource reserve. All right, so Cloud 9, if you haven't played with her before, she is a reprint, but 3-cost ally, 1 thwart, 1 attack, 3 hit points, aerial and champion traded. Hero action, exhaust Cloud 9 and choose a player. Until the end of that phase, each aerial character that player controls gets +1 thwart. So, handy. But it's also going to be a way for me to use Wingman. So Wingman is a 0-cost upgrade. Attached to an aerial ally, max 1 per ally. Interrupt. When another aerial ally takes any amount of consequential damage, exhaust attached ally to prevent 1 of that damage. All right. So I am going to thwart for 3 with White Tiger. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to thwart 1 with Cloud 9. And I am going to choose to stay down in Alter Ego mode 1 more turn. So the reason Wingman is so good in this deck with all the aerial allies is, let's see if I draw her in this one. So Falcon's Flock, Flight Squadron, Hugin and Munin, Vibranium Microwave, Birds of Prey, and Arrow. No, so there's a Spectrum ally in here, 5 cost, but you can get her to be a 3 attack, 3 defend, or 3 thwart, 5 hit point, and Wingman will allow you to prevent consequential damage. Flight Squadron will let you ready her multiple times, so that seems good. All right, billet phase. We're getting 1 on the main, and again, I don't need to do this because I am not in hero mode. Scheming for base 2, 3, 4. So that takes us to 7. So clearly we're not going to be able to stick down much longer here. And now our 1 encounter card is Concussion Grenade. When revealed, Alter Ego, you are confused. Place 1 threat on the main scheme. Well, that is unfortunate. But we got to do what we got to do. All right, so do I heal myself up to full? Okay. All right, so let's see here what we're doing. We got Arrow. We got Birds of Prey. We've got, excuse me, Vibranium Microwave, Hugin and Munin, Flight Squadron, and Falcon's Flock. All right, first things first, I think I am going to do my ability, Birds of a Feather. So I'm going to discard Flight Squadron to go fetch a bird card from my deck and discard pile. So I'm going to go get Red Wing. So Red Wing is his Sam's signature ally. 2 cost, 1 attack, 1 thwart, 2 hit points. Hero action, exhaust Red Wing, return him to your hand, discard the top card of the encounter deck, and choose to either deal X damage to an enemy or remove X threat from a scheme, where it's equal to the icons on the card. Okay. So, do I heal up or not? because I'm confused. So it's either do I heal up to full, so do I heal 2 hit points knowing that I'm going to get tagged, or do I try to I'm confused. I am going to heal myself because I'm not going to use White Tiger as a blocker, so I will heal myself up to 2. And then we're going to flip ourselves up. And then I take, 0 points of damage. And now this becomes the top card of the deck. My obligation. All right, we are going to have White Tiger, thwart for 3. So 2, 3, and then she is defeated. All right, we have to get our Vibranium Microwave out. So we are going to spend Q get immune and Arrow to get my Vibranium Microwave out. So that is a 2-cost upgrade. Tech and Wakanda traded. Falcon gets +1 defense. And Hero Interrupt. When Falcon would take any amount of damage, exhaust Vibranium Microwave, prevent 1 of that damage, and deal 1 damage to an enemy. Doesn't even have to be the one that that is attacking you. You can just do it. So now I have So now the question is, I can either get Red Wing out to try to help with some thwarting, or I can do an attack event and just start trying to put damage into Taskmaster, or I can get a little bit of a resource generator. This is basically 5 bird counts. If you play Arkham Horror, this is basically the survivor card that I'm drawing a blank on, Schaffner's Catalog. So you get 5 resource counters. It can only be used for aerial cards, though. I think we need to, as much as Nightwing is nice, I really need to get some damage out. So the other option is I spend the 1 underneath. But I'm getting close. I should be getting close to getting Spectrum out, but let's try to be efficient here. Sure. We will use the resource under here. I know next turn this is going to come back to bite me, but that's okay. To pay for Falcon's Flock. So basically it is Schaffner's Catalog, the difference being that you can only use 1 counter per card. So if it's a 2-cost card, I can't use 2 counters off of here. I can only use 1, but it doesn't exhaust, so if I had 5 1-cost aerial cards, I could play all 5 of them just based on that. All right, now we're going to use Falcon's Flock and Red Wing to pay for a Bird of Prey. So I'm going to deal 4 damage. I'm going to choose to discard the top card of the deck to do 2 more. And that is an aerial card that doesn't really do anything for me. All right. That is my turn. So we're going to ready everything up. Do I care about the combat knife? Before I flip up, I'm just debating. Do I take the combat knife? Because that's going to be annoying with a +1 damage, but realistically, it's not a terrible encounter card compared to some of the other ones. So now I'm going to take my chance. Well, let's see if this comes back to bite me. All right, so 5 cards. Bird's Eye View, my thwart, Spectrum. Told you. Talon Line, Power of Flight, and Adam Warlock. All right, so we're getting 1 on the main. I'm going to choose to take 1 damage. He is coming to attack. I am not going to defend, so he is attacking for 3. I'm going to exhaust my Vibranium Microwave, stopping one of the damage coming through, so I only take 2. So 1, 2 damage, and then I get to do 1 damage back to the enemy. And then this immediately flips up, and then our encounter card is Taskmaster Sword. So it would have been... Honestly, it's better that I didn't, I think, because then that would have been a boost card. Alright, so we know we've got a 2 booster on top. Alright, let us exhaust ourselves to clear our confuse. Alright, so I have a choice. I can either Talon Line, which after you resolve Falcon's Eagle Eye ability, discard Talon Line, and for each icon discarded from the card's boost area, you can choose one to ready a character or stun an enemy. That would be great, but I'm not going to get my ability out this turn. I can get my Thwart event down. Oh, actually, I would be able to. So I could, if I wanted to pitch Spectrum, do both that. Or do I want to be greedy and hold on to Spectrum? Actually, I can do both. Oh, no, I can't, because Talon Line is not an aerial card. Okay. So, if I want to play them both, I've got to pitch Spectrum. So, looks like that's what I'm gonna do. So let's pitch 2 to get my Talon Line down. Then we're going to pitch the Power of Flight for a Bird's Eye. Actually, I'm going to exhaust Cloud9 so all my characters get a +1 thwart. It's important. Now I'm going to use the Power Flight to pay for aerial. So remove 3 threat from a scheme. 2, 3. And then I can discard the top card of the encounter deck to remove that many more. So we're down to 1. Oh no, that was not my Eagle Eye ability, so that doesn't happen. Okay, but I played an aerial card, Flight Squadron readies, and I could do something with that, but there's really no point to do that. Do I flip down? So he's going to be coming for 4. And since I got rid of Spectrum, there's really no point in keeping Wingman around. So let's just... do a damage with Cloud9, and then we'll ready up. Alright, what are we getting here? Strength and Diversity, a Genius, Bird's Eye View, Soup Kitchen, and my Captain America title. Alright. Villain phase. We get 1. We're going to opt to put another 1 on there. He is coming to attack. We're going to have Cloud9 jump in the front. So 2, 3, 4. So Cloud9 is defeated. And now our encounter card, which we already know what it is, or we would have already known what it is, Hunted by Hydra, Insight 1. When revealed, each player in hero form takes 1 damage and discards 1 card from random at their hand. Ugh. I hate random discards. It's going to be my Captain America title, isn't it? Yep, that's of course my Captain America title. Dang it. I was going to turn Falcon into Captain America, go get my shield, and then go nuts. Alright, so how do I want to do this? Alright, Soup Kitchen doesn't really do me any good because I don't have any allies or supports in my hand. Strength and Diversity. So Strength and Diversity is one of the Alliance cards. Costs 2 per player. Hero action for each different trait on friendly characters in play. So that means every hero, every alter ego, and every ally. Choose to either remove 1 threat from a scheme or deal 1 damage to an enemy. So a 4-player game, yeah, this costs 8, but you could have a packet of, 16, 24 different things that you can choose between damage and threat. So, I mean, that's pretty awesome. But that doesn't do me good right now because I only have 2 traits out right now. So 2 cost for A damage and A not great. So do I want to tuck Genius or... So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to exhaust Resource Reserve and tuck my double resource there. I'm going to spend Strength and Diversity in Soup Kitchen for Bird's Eye View. I am going to remove 3 threat. I'm going to choose not to discard the top card of the encounter deck because it is a 0 boost icon card. Oh, hang on a second. I'm going to deck out, so that's coming to me as an encounter card. All right, what I can't... So I'm still not going to do that. But what I am going to do is I'm going to punch for 2. I am going to choose not to trigger Battlefield Awareness. But I am going to discard... Oh, no, I do have to discard this. So that is a 3. So that gives me an extra damage. Now... After you use my Eagle Eye ability, which I just did, discard Talon Line. For each boost icon in the discard card's boost area, choose one. Either ready a character you control or stun an enemy. So since there's one icon, I can choose one of those. I am going to choose to stun Taskmaster. And then we get the top card of the encounter deck. I'm going to deck out. You know what? I'm going to choose to aerial recon myself. Ooh, shouldn't have done that. Okay. So I guess we're just going to get 2 encounter cards this phase. Well, we're actually going to be getting that one anyway. That's fine because I'm going to deck out. All right, so that is my turn. All right, so we have Power Flight. Up, up, and away. Up, up, and away. Draw their fire. Now I deck out. Another captured by Hydro. What the... I still get 1 more card. And an energy. So I have a ton of resources and absolutely nothing to play it on. Oh well. I don't even have the icons to get rid of his sword. Dang, all energy icons. Resource, resource. This is defense, this is defense, and then he's stunned. Oh well. Alright, so we get one on the main. We will let it go up one more. He would come to attack, but he is stunned. Now, in counter cards, I'm going to choose to do this interrupt when a player would be dealt an encounter card. Remove one recon counter from here instead. So I don't get that card. All right, Mimicry. Discard the top 5 cards of your deck. If it's a attack event, he attacks me. No. 2, no. 3, no. 4, no. 5, no. Well, that's convenient. And then, hey, look. It's a Captured by Hydra. Okay, over to me. I am going to first, let's aerial recon this guy. Come on, 3 boost. Another 2 boost. All right. First things first, let's spend one of these up and away defense cards to play Draw Their Fire. So this is, as far as I'm aware, this is the first hero-specific card that is the alliance traded. So it is a 1 cost per player. Actually, it's not an alliance, so not everybody can pay for it. It's just more expensive for Falcon. So it's a 1 per player cost upgrade. The aerial and preparation traded. Hero response. After the villain phase begins, discard Draw Their Fire. Falcon does not exhaust to defend until the end of the round. So in a 4-person game, this is great, because even just in this kit, if you get Captain America's shield out and your Vibranium Microwave, you're a base of 4 with Retaliate 1, and you can defend for the whole table without ever exhausting. That's brilliant. But that doesn't do me any good right now. So the question is, that is an aerial card. Do I want to discard that? Oh, I gotta put one of those in there. Do I want to discard this and hope that I get a 3 boost? I think I do. So we will discard this, flip the top one up. It's just a single boost. Oh well. So we will do a thwart. We will do our battlefield awareness to discard this. Get the top card. And so we're thwarting for 3. I figured there was no harm in doing it. I'd probably get at least a 1 boost, so that would still put it as a 2 there. And then that's all I can do. All right, I'm going to hold on to up, and away and pitch those 2 resource cards, because up, and away is a 0-cost defense event. After an attacking enemy is given a face-down boost card, look at that card, and look at the top card of that card and the top card of the encounter deck. You may swap those cards and draw 1 card for each printed icon in the current boost cards area. So I'll take, potentially in this case, I could take more damage, but I'd get to draw cards off it. So let's see what else I get. Strength and diversity, birds of prey, and flight squadron. All right, so we are getting 2 on the main due to that, and I am going to opt to take 1. And you want to know what? Just because villain phase begins, I'm going to discard this, so I'm defending without having to exhaust. All right, he is coming to attack. He gets this as a boost card. I am going to up and away. So let's see. So that's also a 1. Which one of these would I rather have as a boost card? Oh, actually, I'm not going to be getting either of those as a boost card, so that's fine. So we'll just leave it like that. I get to draw 1 card only, which is Adam Warlock. So he's attacking for 2, 3, 4. I'm defending for 3, and I will block 1 damage and reflect it back on him, taking him down to 4. And now instead of that regular encounter card... Oh, that's right. I did not need to exhaust myself to defend. We're getting another Captured by Hydra. Okay. All right. First things first, let's thwart for 2 off of this guy. That gives us another hero for hire ally. Let's see who we're getting. Shang-Chi. So if I spend an energy resource, which while I don't have, I do have 2 wild icons, and that works. So we will play Shang-Chi. We will spend 1 of these strength and diversity as a energy resource to stun an enemy. Okay. We are going to spend strength and diversity and Adam Warlock to clear out... Oh, exhaust my hero. Sure. Oh, I'm already exhausted. Never mind. Can't do that. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to spend 1 off of Falcon's Flock, Strength and Diversity, and Flight Squadron to play Adam Warlock. Since he's aerial, I can use Falcon's Flock. We're going to have Shang-Chi thwart for 2 off of that. We will have Adam Warlock thwart for 1 off of that, and then I have to discard the top card of my deck. It is a mental, so it is deal 3 damage. Oh, that's interesting. Mental does damage, fist takes threat off. I would have rather had the threat, but oh well. So we get 3 damage to an enemy. That's the only enemy out there. And I guess we'll hold on to Birds of Prey. All right, and let's draw 4 more. Aerial Evacuation, another Birds of Prey, Bird's Eye View, and Spectrum. So real quick, so this is it. So Spectrum is a 5-cost ally, base thwart of 1, base attack of 1, 3 hit points. It says response: after you play Spectrum, tuck 1 card used to pay for her under her. If that card's principal ability is a mental, get +2 thwart. If it's got a physical, gets +2 attack. If it's energy, she gets +2 hit points. And if it's wild, it's all of the above. Of course, I don't have a wild icon in my hand. So if I play her, I would either have to choose, do I want to make her an attack person or a thwart person? But we shall see. Or maybe I won't even play her this turn. Oh, I forgot to give consequential damage to Adam Warlock. Oh, Adam Warlock was discard 1 card at random from my hand. Oh, so that would have had to have been the Birds of Prey. And okay, that changes everything. So, Wingman was the top card of my deck. So I'm gonna retcon things a little bit. Is what I do there. So he goes back up to 4. This would have been 1 random card from my hand. I don't play Adam Warlock Ally very much, so that's why I got confused. Sorry. So it's remove 3 threat from a scheme, so we remove it from there. So basically, I'm just swapping Wingman for Bird of Prey in my hand because that's how it would have played out. And then whatever ally you get, I'll immediately put into play. And I just won't be able to do the kicker. Electra. That's fine. And I will have said that I had her attack and deal 3 damage to Taskmaster. There you go. Okay, all sorted out here. All right, so we're getting 1 on the main. We will, we're going to take the damage right now. Oh, I am no longer +1 for it. He would attack, but he is stunned. And so we get an encounter card. Mimicry. Discard the top 5 cards of your deck. If it's an attack event, he attacks you. Thwart. No. 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 And no. So joke's on you, Taskmaster. All right, that is a 3 boost icon on top. That is pretty juicy. We are going to have Adam Warlock deal 1 damage to Taskmaster, which pumps him over to his second side. Oh, deal each player an encounter card. Dang it. I should have remembered that was going to happen, but oh well. And then same thing when you change into, he comes in with 17 hit points. Let's see if we can pound through it. All right, so now after he attacks, remove a random card from my hand. Electra's up. Birds of Prey, of course, my attack event. It is a fist. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. Alright, so there's no point in playing Spectrum this turn. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to attack. I am going to use my battlefield awareness. Discard this, so I am attacking for 4. So that takes him down to 13. I'm going to have Electra punch for 3. I am going to have Shang-Chi punch for 2. Oh, wait a second, sorry. Did I? Yeah, I took the 3 off with that. Okay, so we're going to spend 1 off of Falcon's Flock to play an aerial card. That is Aerial Evacuation, preparation card, Hero Interrupt. When another friendly character would be dealt any amount of damage, discard Aerial Evacuation, prevent all of that damage, and change to Alter Ego form. If that character is a hero, they also change to Alter Ego form. Okay, we are going to Use another Falcon Flock and Wingman to pay for a bird's eye view to get rid of 3 threat there. Do I want to go down to Alter Ego? Problem is, if I do that, then I'll have to flip up and everything like that. So we're going to be getting a bunch of encounter cards, but only 1 enemy. So, yep. Okay, so we're going to end it. We're going to keep Spectrum in my hand because hopefully I'll get a chance to play her and I'll get a wild card maybe. So, Spectrum, 4 more. Soup Kitchen, Strength, Red Wing, and Power Flight. So there is my wild card. All right. Villain phase. We get 1 here. I'm going to choose to do another one. He is coming to attack. Shang-Chi is going to jump in front of it. He is attacking for 3, 4, 5, 6. Shang-Chi is defeated. And then we get an encounter card. What do we get here? Hey, look, under fire, Surge. So that comes here. Reveal the top card of the encounter deck. Weapons Master. When revealed, Hero. This villain attacks you. If he has a weapon, which he does, it gains Surge. Oh, God. And I got another one of these coming up, too. Right, well, Elektra is going to jump in the way. So he is attacking for 3, 4, 5, 6. So Elektra is clearly defeated, and we get an acceleration icon here. Oh, man. This is not good. Not good. We got him so close to being able to defeat him. Okay. Next one, Dark Design. Put 1. So I am there, and he schemes for 3, 4, 5. So we're up to 7 of 12. We have Weapon Master. So he attacks me again. Adam Warlock's going to jump in front of this. Oh, and this surges. Yep. Surge train. So 4, 5, 6. Adam Warlock is defeated. Hydra Soldier with guard. And how did I... Really? Really? I just... Oh, man. Okay, well, I'm defending. So base 4. Oh, actually, I get to see what the top one is here. Base 4. So I would take 1 as is. Because my Vibranium Weave will be able to stop it. If I use Battlefield Awareness, that would put me at a defense of 4. Or no, so I would take 2 and then reflect. So, or that would put 4, effectively put me at a 5. No, we'll just leave it. Okay, so he's coming for 3, 4, 5. I will prevent 1 and then reflect it back at him to 7. Last one is Hydra Patrol. Oh my goodness gracious. That was a very, very painful turn. Okay. I don't know what to do here now. Oh, Wingman should be out of here. I don't know why that's sitting out there. I don't know what to do. Oh, top card of the deck comes here. Oh, I got a 4. Okay, so we're going to exhaust this. We're bringing Resource Reserve back in. We're going to spend the Power of Flight to get down Red Wing. Red Wing says, exhaust Red Wing, return him to your hand, and discard the top card of the encounter deck to choose to either deal X damage to an enemy or remove X threat from a scheme, where X is the number of icons. So that's 2. We'll deal the 2 damage here. So now the question is... Actually, yeah, I'm not gonna. I should have used Genius instead of Power of Flight for this, but oh well, too late now. All right, so if I flip down, so that's gonna go up to, that's a 7, 9. That guarantees me losing, so I can't. I can't. Oh, what's the top card of my deck? Oh, he stops taking damage. Okay. Well, it's a 2 boost is the important thing. So, actually, so instead of doing the damage here, we're going to say we did the 2 thwart. So I have to go get a Hydra guy and put him into play. So we're going to put the Hydra regular. Insight 1 doesn't trigger. I think I got something. Here. All right, what's at the top? Give me star. Place 1 thread on the main. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to spend Genius, Strength, and Red Wing to get Spectrum out. And I'm going to tuck Red Wing underneath Spectrum. So she is a +2 attack, +2 thwart, +2 hit points. No, not +1, she's +2. Okay. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to deal this as a face down encounter card. Oh no. Oh, that was a bad move. But I would have gotten it as a encounter card anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. All right, we're going to have you take 3 off of this. And you take 1 consequential. How many cards do I have left in my deck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I don't really want to deck this turn, so I'm going to hold on to Soup Kitchen. And we're going to call this my turn. We'll see. I think this is the round that beats me. Alright, so we've got Soup Kitchen. We're getting 4 more. Hugin and Munin, White Tiger, Arrow, and Cloud9. Alright, so we're getting 2 on the main. Honestly, I'm just going to take the damage. It's cool. Actually, no. I'm going to exhaust my microwave because that's just take any damage. Doesn't have to be an attack. And because it's deal damage to an enemy, not attack them, I can do that. All right. He comes to attack. Spectrum is going to jump in the way. He's attacking for 3, 4, and then star. But I am going to trigger aerial evacuation. So when another friendly character, Spectrum, would take any amount of damage, or be dealt any amount of damage, discard aerial evacuation, prevent all of that damage, and change to alter ego. If that character was a hero, they also change, but it's not, so okay. But I do need to do that, which means Pursued by the Past now triggers. So we get Viper in play, who is Quick Strike, so thankfully I am Alter Ego now, and we get Serpent Society. So Viper is my Nemesis minion. 2 scheme, 2 attacks, 5 hit points. Serpent Society traded, not elite. Quick Strike, and then Force Response after Viper activates, discard the top 5 cards of the encounter deck. And then Serpent Solutions is the side scheme, comes in with a flat 6 threat. And it says Force Response. After a Serpent Society minion is discarded from the top of the encounter deck, deal that minion to the first player as a face-down encounter card. I don't know if it would have been better to take this or not. Okay, so that was the villain's activation, so no damage was done. Hydra Soldier, now, schemes for 1. Hydra Regular, schemes for 2. Viper, schemes for 2. So we are at 10 out of 12. And now we have to discard 5 cards. 2, 3, 4. And I did not do a good job of of shuffling, apparently. Now, let's go for encounter cards. I'm going to choose to do this Interrupt. I am not, because the Interrupt is not a hero action, so I get to do that. So at least I don't get another encounter card. I get a Hydra Hunter, so. And 2 Serpent Soldiers with Quick Strike. All right, so at the moment, I have 6 minions in front of me. I am 2 threat away from losing. 1 ally that is exhausted, and and down to 3 hit points. So this is going great. All right, let me see here. So Flight Squadron can get Spectrum ready again. All I have to do is play an aerial character, which I can do with Arrow. And Arrow would give me +1 attack. Okay, so that deals that. Really wish I had the really wish I had Electra in my hand, because that would be enough to take out Taskmaster. I am not going to have enough to take him down, but let's see what we can do here. All right, we are not going to... well, let me see here. Discard a card from my hand and go get an aerial card. Or go get a bird card. So I can't get Red Wing. I have a Hugin and Munin in my hand. And that's that. So, yeah, that doesn't do me any good whatsoever. So, all right. Flip ourselves up. We are going to spend Cloud9, Hugin and Munin, and Soup Kitchen to play Arrow. Arrow is a 3-cost ally, 1 thwart, 1 attack, 3 hit points. Hero action, exhaust Arrow. Choose a player until the end of the phase. Each aerial character that player controls gets +1 attack. That is an aerial card, so and both my allies have the aerial trait. So Flight Squadron is in play, and it says after you play an aerial card, exhaust this card and ready an ally you control. So Spectrum is now up. I'm going to exhaust Arrow to give a +1 to everybody. Oh, and I get to look at this. All right, that is 1. That is only 1. Actually, before I do this, I'm sorry. I'm going to play White Tiger. Now, I am going to trigger that because... Oh, no, that's an aerial character, so it really didn't matter which order I put it in. Okay. We're going to do Aerial Recon to deal this as a face-down encounter card to myself, hoping that we get a big boost card here. Just a 1. No. Oh, hang on a second. I would have used my last, instead of Soup Kitchen to pay for that, I would have used my last counter off of Falcon's Flock. So I still have Soup Kitchen in my hand, and then when I played White Tiger, I would have used it as a mental resource to get rid of 3 threat. All right. Is there any conceivable way I can do this? All right, first things first. Spectrum is going to hit now for 4 because of Arrow to take out the Hydra Soldier. So I have to deal myself a face-down encounter card. Just a 1. I will use Aerial Awareness to attack for 3, 4. So I'm down to 2. Oh, man, I need 1 more point of damage. 1 more point of damage. That's what I need. I need that card on top, not the 1 boost. I needed, if I had a 2 boost card, he would be down to 1. White Tiger could have finished him off. Oh, but yes. So White Tiger is going to attack for 1 because my Vibranium Microwave will come into play. Because it doesn't have to be the attacking enemy. All right, perfect, perfect. That's all I've got. All right, I deck, so I get another encounter card. Oh, shoot. When I flip back up, I forgot to do that. So technically it was a 1 boost, so I will just deal myself the 1. It's, I think, that card there. And then I decked, so I don't know if I gave myself the encounter card or not. It doesn't matter because I will just get by with the skin of my teeth. Captain America, oh, there's my title. It was literally the last card of my deck. Power of Flight, Wingman, and Power of Flight. Resource, resource, resource. Wingman, which is nice for Spectrum, and Captain America Shield, which I need a fist resource, which I don't have. So, brilliant. Okay, so we get 2 on the main. So that takes us to 9. I have to put the other threat on here to go up to 10 because I can't afford to take the damage. He is coming to attack me. White Tiger, we'll have Arrow jump in the front of it. So 3, 4. And Star. If you're in hero form, take 1 damage. Otherwise, place 1 threat on the main scheme. Vibranium Microwave reflects that damage back here. So Falcon takes out Taskmaster and then runs the hell away. Just flies in, scoops him up, takes him off to jail where we've got a Hydra Regular, a Hydra Hunter, Viper, and 2 Serpent Soldiers that are coming after me. So, yeah, so there's no way in hell I was surviving that thing afterwards. Wow, that was crazy. That was crazy. Falcon is certainly not as straightforward as Winter Soldier is. By impressions of the first playthrough, not as clear, because playing around with that and all the timing windows, God knows I probably missed a few or screwed a couple up along the way. So there is that. As far as he's got a lot of good things, he's gonna love. I suspect he's gonna be in a lot of protection decks, or he's going to be in a lot of leadership decks just so he can get Captain America, which, if you're not familiar with it, Captain America is a 0-cost upgrade. It is a title. It says play only if you are the Bucky Barnes or Sam Wilson player. Hero action. Exhaust Captain America and spend a physical resource to go find Captain America's shield and add it to your hand. If it leaves play this way, deal 4 damage to an enemy. So basically, you threw your shield and it came back to you. Captain America's shield is a 1-cost upgrade, and it is linked to this title. Your hero gets +1 defense and retaliate 1. So again, he would be at a 4 defense. If you play protection, you can get armored vest and electrostatic armor. And he can do a lot of defending. He can boost his defense. That 1 card that lets him defend for everybody without exhausting. So he's going to be great there. As far as this leadership precon goes, I guess it's fine. I wasn't blown away by it. There are some nice cards in here. Some cards that I think will hit my table a decent amount, although I don't play a lot of leadership. But all in all, like, Resource Reserve is so situational. It's like, I guess it's useful. It might be useful as like a one of, because like there are of course always times that you get like a dead hand where it's, oh, I got a bunch of resource cards and nothing to spend it on, so you just tuck it under there, and then as a benefit somebody else gets to play with it, could use it as well. What is it? The Flight Squadron team card is kind of interesting. You know, you can ready an ally as long as everybody's aerial, so that's the tricky part. Let's see what else we got. The allies, Arrow, Hugan and Munin I didn't use. You search top 10 cards for a minion, put it into play, engage with you, and then ready 1 character you control for each icon at minion's boost area. Okay. Strength and diversity is interesting. That'll, as I mentioned, that'll be really good in multiplayer games, but in solo, meh. Wingman. So again, Wingman, 0-cost upgrade. Works great when you've got a heavy hitter that you want to keep out a lot. So like Spectrum. That you can stop the consequential damage from coming through. Cloud9 is a reprint, just the thwart version of Arrow. Yeah, that's really it for the for the leadership cards we got out of this. Triskelion is a reprint. It's fine. Adam Warlock reprint. Again, okay. Not a huge fan of him, especially because you got to take a random card from your hand, which I don't like. So all in all, Falcon's fun. I'm definitely gonna have to play him and want to try him in other aspects. Definitely a lot fiddlier, I guess, than Winter Soldier and a lot of other ones. So I guess it depends on how much brain power you want to use on these things. Not a fan. Not a. It wasn't terrible, but not a huge fan of the pre-con deck. It was meh. Yeah, it wasn't even an ally heavy leadership deck, which is a lot of it. So it was fine for what it is. A lot of it was just getting the cards to us. So that's what happens with pre-con sometimes. So all in all, first playthrough, I enjoyed Winter Soldier a lot more than I did Falcon. But we'll see. Falcon, I don't know if I like playing with the encounter deck so much, especially in multiplayer, because it's gonna screw it. It's a group play area that you're playing around with, which is going to be a pain. And then you're constantly going, well, okay, do I want to do like I was doing? It's like, well, do I want to do that? That's one boost. I could use one boost, but I really need two. But that's not that bad, so maybe I'll keep it. Maybe I won't. It just adds a lot of decision making, and I think will end up slowing games down. I mean, we'll see, but I don't expect that I will bring Falcon to multiplayer games, like at a convention, like Gen Con. I'm not going to, because I don't want to have to play around with that or have all those decision points. I want to, especially in like 3 or 4 player games. 3 and 4 player games can be kind of slow. So anything I can do to stop it from taking longer is better. Like at least with Magic or Domino, you're playing with your own deck, so you're not impacting the other players as much. But, so, there you go. Falcon, good hero. I need to play him in more aspects with a different deck than the pre-con to, I think, really get how strong he is. And I think he's really going to shine in multiplayer. Winter Soldier, I enjoyed a lot more. But if you're going against a scenario with a lot of schemes and or not a lot of minions, probably not going to be as good. But there you have it. That's my 2 cents. If you made it this far, thanks as always for watching. Hope I didn't screw up too many things in this game. But I think before too long, I will be getting my final play of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. out with, I'm planning on doing Winter Soldier. So Winter Soldier versus Baron Zemo seems like a very nice thematic way to wrap up Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day, everybody, and I will catch you soon with another game.